Crisp hands, great routes. That is Odell Beckham Jr. with the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar says the sky's the limit for this offense. So he's got a new deal, a new offensive coordinator, and 2 new wide receivers. One veteran, one new, a young guy. Is the stage now reset? It's not the first time we've done this. Is it reset for Lamar Jackson to return to his MVP form this season?
I think so, and I think when you talk about MVP awards and stuff for Lamar Jackson, it's like I came, I saw, I conquered. He did that before. I don't really care about MVPs at this point.
Okay.
For Lamar Jackson, it's about unlocking another side of his game, and that is the passing game. Only one time has he gone over 3,000 yards, and he only has the one playoff win. So yesterday, minicamps going on. I'm looking at all the slow-motion videos of Odell Beckham walking out of the locker room, Zay Flowers alongside of him, the young rookie and the vet, learning the game. And it's like Lamar said, sky's the limit. And now there's a whole point where now they have to take the next step, learn the offense and all of those different things. But for all the naysayers saying Lamar can't throw the ball, all he does is run, I want you guys to take a look at the receivers throughout Lamar's tenure in Baltimore, some of the guys he was throwing the ball to. Look at that list. Look all down. There's so many names. So many big names that you may not be familiar with.
Jim White.
But the columns on the right do not have a ton of production, and that is my main point. They have thrown a lot of names, a lot of people at the wide receiver issues that have gone on in Baltimore, and none have been able to really stick. So I look at this as an opportunity for Lamar to get his new weapons, to get a guy like Odell Beckham, who some may say, all right, he's past his prime, he's just a big name, but this is a guy who's hungry right now. Obviously, the last time we saw him was in the Super Bowl, where he was on his way to becoming the Super Bowl MVP before he goes down with a knee injury. And now there's been so many people talking. I can't wait to see these guys take the field, see what Zay Flowers can do. And don't forget about Mark Andrews, the guy in the middle who's done a ton for them. The receiver unit last year for Baltimore was one of the worst in the NFL, and now you're getting a brand new makeover. So I'm excited to see what these guys can do and how much they can elevate Lamar's game.
Now, even for me, I feel like he's gotten paid. You know, that's one of the biggest things that we were worried about with him, and it's off his shoulders. So the next thing they always worry about, they kept saying, he needs key players around him to help him. And I feel like with a guy like Odell, it's going to help him tremendously, man. His talent, you know, his attitude, what he brings to the game, you know, even the rest of the guys, Zay Flowers, who I've seen in college a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Quick, fast. It's going to be that home run for him at the end of the day. So those guys have all the talent, everything. It's just all about putting it together right now, mashing, getting that rhythm, and the sky's the limit, like Lamar said.
You know, I wonder, you've known so many guys and played against them, played with them, who get paid.
Yeah.
They secure the bag, they get the big deal. How does that affect them? Because I think it can go one of two ways. Either I'm comfortable now, they believe in me, or like, I don't know, maybe my motivation has gone a little bit. Like, typically, when someone gets that big of a deal, how does that affect them psychologically as an athlete?
It depends on the guy.
Yeah.
You know, the money might motivate him. The money might keep them comfort.
Yeah.
You know, but my whole heart, I feel like some guys, they come from nothing, so they know how to feel. You know, they've been on both sides of the field, both rich and poor. So I'd rather stay on the side where rich, keep working, progressing each and every day, getting better, you know. That's what it is.
I hear that. Well, we're asking about Lamar as an MVP. I'm going to do a quick around the table right now. I have the DraftKings odds for MVP this year, all right?
Okay.
And it's 1 through 10. A lot of good quarterbacks right now. A lot of good AFC quarterbacks. Where do you think right now Lamar is 1 through 10? Patrick Mahomes is 1.
Yeah.
Where do you think he is 1 through 10 on the MVP odds for 2023? Jason, you can go first.
I'm going to go with 5. I'm gonna put him at 5. Yep.
Okay. Jamie?
I was going to go 8.
You go 8.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? 1 through 10. Mahomes is 1. Think of all Allen, Burrow, Hurts, Herbert. Like, there's a lot of guys.
But there's no one like Lamar.
Okay. So you go
2.
If Lamar can get that season he had, he's 2 or 3.
2 or 3. Lamar's 5th. He's 5th.
Wow.
He's right there.
Jay.
The only guy you got Mahomes, Burrow, Hurts, and Allen. Those are the only guys ahead of him. So we champion a lot of these. The Rodgers return to New York and the Justin Herbert inevitable coronation we keep waiting for. He is still right there at number 5, and I think he should be healthy, happy, wealthy, supported. Just remember this. The MVP is about 3 things. You have to have astronomical statistics these days, which he can do. You have to win. And that's going to be massive for him. Like, the Bengals are there. The Steelers are there. No one wins the MVP if they sneak into the wild card or miss the playoffs. But then 3, you have to have a story. And that's, it shouldn't, but you do. Believe me, they wanted to give it to Jalen Hurts so bad last year, he got hurt and wouldn't let him and went to Mahomes. The repeat champions, I think they're loath to do unless it's undeniable. Lamar has a story. He has a fantastic story. It's a few years since his last one, the offseason, the contract, it's all there. The only ingredient that I'm not sure if he's going to do yet is ingredient number 2. You cannot be 8 and 9 and win the MVP. It just doesn't happen. You got to have 12 wins, 13 wins. It's got to be undeniable. I don't know if the Ravens are good enough for that yet. I really don't. He's good. He's talented. He has a story. You're not winning anything unless you have double-digit wins easily walking into the playoffs.
I thought the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I looked at the last time, because I really felt like the last 18 months for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens has been very uncomfortable. Frankly, I have a bit of a PTSD from watching it all unfold and feeling what is happening in that building or not happening in that building. So the bounce back has to happen. The last time the Ravens won their division was in 19. They did it in 2018 and 2019. I had this really cute board full screen to show you all the wide receivers that were on that team. Instead, we came up with something more fascinating.
Not the cute one?
Not the cute one. Not the cute one. We already saw a bunch of names.
That was a lot.
So remember maybe a month ago, Kyle, you were talking about how blasphemous it was that the Chicago Bears did not have a 4,000-yard passing quarterback.
They've never in their history.
Never in their history.
They're the only team who doesn't have one in NFL history of 4,000 yards.
Well, I'm going to maybe match you with this concept, which is the Baltimore Ravens have never, in their history, 27 years, had a Pro Bowl wide receiver. They've never done it. They are the only team to not have a Pro Bowl wide receiver in 27 straight. Wow. The Panthers, the last guy to do it was Steve Smith, and they went 11 seasons without it. The Bears went 9 seasons without it. They had Alshon Jeffrey. Never had. Isn't that crazy? So you gave a side eye. You were like, I am not sure about this, but I trust Rich Goldberg emphatically with this information, our esteemed researcher. I know.
Yes, like I thought Torrey at least.
Yeah, I thought maybe Anquan, maybe Dirk Mason.
I'm thinking Kadri Ismail. I'm going back to the missile. Like that 27 years they've never had
27 years.
One. This is way longer than Lamar. This goes back to Dilfer and Bowler and all those teams.
Right, which it does kind of go hand in hand, though, with how many receivers he's had to play with in his tenure and just how they are going to rely on the way Lamar plays. But he's got to make a couple of these guys great, and they have to win in order for this to be an MVP season.
It's crazy, because you're not even saying all pro. You're saying pro. Listen. The backup quarterback of the Ravens was in the Pro Bowl last year. Snoop was there. He was playing. He's not even the all-time starter, but they haven't had a wide receiver. I think they have to do it now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they have a great tight end. Mark Andrews never gets enough hype in these conversations. He's so good. We're all like, Odell. Andrews is amazing, right? Come on.
So maybe this is the year. They got a couple of candidates.
That's great.
They can
Break
swing
that
for
streak.
It. I know,
it's
right?
Incredible. I wouldn't say the Bears are doing it. Alshon Jeffrey was their last one. That's a long time ago.
Right, exactly. Exactly.